ChatGPT has released a new feature and it is called Work, and it is kind of very similar to the Cloud Co Work. All this time we have been using ChatGPT to write our queries and get our responses, to generate pictures and maybe some code snippets. But with this new feature of ChatGPT Work, you can actually make ChatGPT work for you. More or less, it acts as an agent that will work on behalf of you. You can schedule tasks, you can ask it to open the website, click on buttons, and write on text boxes. It can also host the websites for you. It can control your local system. For instance, if you want to want the ChatGPT to work in a certain folder, access certain files, it can do all that for you. And that is what we are going to learn in this video of ChatGPT Work. We're going to look at 3 videos. It's going to be something very interesting towards the end of the video in the third demo. So please go ahead and please definitely watch it towards the end. And to actually get started, let us go to the ChatGPT website. And the moment you visit here, you'll realize that it has now 2 tabs at the top. So in the first tab is for the chat and the second chat is for the work. Now you can use it in the web version, but the downside is that it won't be able to access your local files and folders. Now you may say, Simon, that hey, you know what, we can always upload our Excel files, we can upload our documents and everything. Yes, but in that case, you will have to upload these files and documents to the ChatGPT server. But if you download the ChatGPT application, you will be able to work in a particular directory. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to move to our very first demo, and for that I have a coffee shop demo. Here you can see we have quite a few documents. We have a coffee menu document, then an employee handbook, inventory stock list, then few PDFs that are invoices, and then monthly expenses, then lease agreement, and staff meeting notes. So we have all the things that you usually would have in a coffee shop. If you're running a coffee shop, you'll have these documents, but these are not organized, because all the PDF, Word files, and Excel files, they're just all thrown in one folder. So to get started, what we're going to do is on the left hand side, we're going to create a new project. We will name it as coffee shop, and at the top right, you'll find plus icon for the folder which says work in a folder. So we definitely want to work in that coffee shop folder. So I'm going to click on that, go to that directory, and click on actually coffee shop demo and select folder. And now everything that we do, our entire ChatGPT has access to that folder, and we will be able to perform certain tasks. So the very first thing that we want the ChatGPT to do is to tell that this folder is a mess. It has invoices, contracts, spreadsheet, notes, and everything is mixed together. Organize it in a sensible folder structure for a small coffee shop owner, and flag anything that looks like duplicate. So we are telling the ChatGPT Work to access this folder, look at the different files and the documents we have, put them into nice subfolders, and if by any chance there are any duplicate files or some documents and Excel sheets or PDF that does not belong to this coffee shop, then please also remove it. So I'm going to click on next and just wait for the results. Now, as you can see that it has completed the task, and it is saying that it has organized the folder into 5 different folders, and it has also added an organization review.md with some flags like everything that it has done, some flagged items, as it was able to find the scan 0012 as a duplicate file, and then also a document was named untitled document, which does not make sense. It says it has done, so let us actually go and look at the document. Wow, it looks pretty nice now, right? We have different folders. We also have a finance folder which has invoices and reports. If I double click on invoices, I can see all the invoices over here. And then if I come to staff and admin, I can see all the documents related to the employees and staff. Similarly, for the operations menu and inventory, you can find the coffee menu, inventory stock. So this is how we were able to actually give the ChatGPT Work access to our folder and eventually ask it to organize it, which I think is pretty cool. Now that was pretty fine. What we can do now is take a step further and ask ChatGPT Work to perform and analyze the documents for us. So I'm going to give it a prompt that says, based on the invoices and the expense tracker, which supplier am I paying the most, and are any of my invoice payment terms shorter than 15 days that I should be aware of? So I'm going to give that prompt now, and what it is going to do now, that this time it is going to look at all the documents that we have, right, analyze it, and then give me the result. So it quickly looked at all the invoices that I have, and it is telling me that the I am paying Roasters United Supply around $1,100, and then Eco Pack around $805, and there are a couple of payments that are coming in next couple of weeks. The first one is Dairy Fresh distribution invoice that is due in 7 days, and then we have Sweet Leaf Pastries invoice for the number SLP 1187 that is due in 14 days. So it's pretty nice that not only it was able to organize the entire folder, it was also able to look at all the different documents and the Excel files and invoices that we have in the directly, and was able to give us the results without uploading anything to the ChatGPT server. The final task that we are going to give ChatGPT Work for this demo is ask it that using the inventory list and expense tracker, draft a short weekly email I could send to my suppliers reminding them of the items I'll need to order soon. And I think this is very much handy because you want to always, order things upfront in advance, and you don't want to look at the Excel sheet every single time. So now it is going to look at the expense tracker and inventory list and create a nice email that a coffee owner can send it to the suppliers and ask them to deliver the items ahead of time. Perfect. So it was able to make a very nice email that with the email subject that says weekly order needs for the daily grind. It is telling, hi all, I'm checking our weekly inventory and wanted to flag the items we likely need to order soon. It is telling that Roaster United Supply should give us some roast beans and caramel syrup. Daily Fresh distributors should give them the whole milk and almond milk, and then Sweet Leaf Pastry should give them croissants and blueberry and all that. So pretty handy for a coffee shop owner. But the end goal of this very first demo that we are doing in this video is to understand that on how you can use ChatGPT Work to give it access to your local system, your computer, the file, the instructions and everything, and save your time, be more productive, and use it in your day-to-day life. Moving on to the second demo, and in this section we are going to learn on how you can use ChatGPT Work along with the plugins to give it access to your emails, maybe your GitHub, your Canva, Figma, and everything else. So to get started with the plugins, what you need to do is on the left hand side, you'll find this @ symbol before the plugins. Click on it, and this is where you'll find all the plugins that are provided by ChatGPT. Some of them are already installed, which you can see at the top that I have Canva installed, I have GitHub installed, and Outlook Calendar and Outlook Email. And then some of the featured ones are like the computer use, which is by default, and that is how the ChatGPT Work was able to look around all the files and folders we have. If you want, you can also install the Chrome, then the spreadsheets, and you have ClickUp, Notion, Figma, and then GitHub, Replit, Vercel, Supabase, Lovable, Clay, and many more. To get to install any of the plugin, what you need to do is click on this GitHub, and here you'll find, I think, try now, and it will take you to the browser, ask you to sign in, give permissions, and then you should be pretty much good to go. And if you want to use any plugin, the way you do it is you write @ symbol, and here you can say, maybe if I have GitHub installed, it should be able to pick up the GitHub plugin. So the task that I want the ChatGPT Work to do now is to go through my Outlook email, right, for the upcoming meetings in the next 2 weeks, and also pull all the open issues for the repository that exists in my GitHub account, and the name of the repository is Agent Loop Demo, and create a personal dashboard for me. The end goal is that it goes to my Outlook email and checks all the meetings that I have, goes to my GitHub, look at the open issues I have in a certain repository, and then it creates a nice dashboard. Now, one thing to note that is that I have not really mentioned explicitly that you need to use the Outlook email or the calendar. I will assume that since I've connected the Outlook calendar and email to the ChatGPT Work and GitHub, it will be able to figure out by itself. Perfect. So it was able to access my Outlook. It can only say that there's an upcoming meeting, and it was able to find 10 GitHub issues from the repository that I asked, and it has also created a personal dashboard. So let me open the browser, and let's go ahead and look at the dashboard that it has created. Looks pretty nice, nothing very fancy. At the top you can see it says personal dashboard. It says that I have 3 upcoming meetings, and those are the MVP PGI production to Copilot, and then some few meetings that were cancelled. And there's some 10 GitHub open issues, and out of which 3 are top priority. So pretty nice, not bad, right? It can definitely get better as you connect more of your tools and more meetings. If you have it, will be very nice. But the downside with the current state is that it runs only once. So what I would like to do is use the feature of scheduling. So I can say schedule this, or I can say actually update this dashboard every day at 7 a.m. So what it will do is that it will use the feature of the ChatGPT that is called schedule. So what you can do is you can schedule a task every day, every week, every month, or custom, and it will make sure that it runs at that given instance of time. But make sure that that task will only run if your system is switched on. So it is saying that it will set up daily 7 a.m. refresh for this dashboard, and it is now going to create the scheduling. All right, so it has done the scheduling, and if you will go at the top left on the schedule, you can see that you already have, you can see that there's a task that will run every day at 7 a.m. that is refresh personal dashboard. If you click on it, you get few more things. That first, here you get a prompt that you can update that says refresh the personal dashboard from so and so location for the next 14 days meeting, yadi yadi yadi. You can also add it to make it a new chat if you want to run it in a new project, or which model you want to use, what are the reasoning, when do you want to repeat it, custom, daily, weekly, hourly. You can do everything that, right? So those are the things that you can actually do, and I think it is pretty handy. The last thing that I want to show is actually the sites. So you'll also see an option of sites over here, so you can actually create a new site. So if I go here and tell that can you deploy this dashboard so that I can share it with my friends, right? So now what it's going to do is it's going to use the inbuilt feature of the ChatGPT, that is sites, and it will give us a URL from where we will be able to share it with our friends and families. Now, as you can see that it has been doing it for a while now, like for really a while now, which just tells you that this feature is kind of really new, and it may and may not work all the time. And since I'm just being very honest with the demo and everything that I'm showing you here, so it is taking for a while now. So I'm gonna stop it, right? Because it tried a few times and did not work. What you can also do is that if you have a static website, you can always host it through Vercel or maybe through GitHub pages. That's what you can do. We'll leave it here, but you get an understanding that you can use the sites feature of the ChatGPT to host the static website, and it gives you the public URL that you can share with anybody, right? The next thing that we're gonna go and look at the final demo, which I hope kind of works, is actually the running of the website or accessing the website through the Chrome extension. So if you go to the plugins and if you look at the Chrome extension, we have an option to open the websites, click on different buttons, type something, run the entire website by just writing a prompt. So I hope that it works this time, because when I was doing it last time, it did not work. So I'm gonna say is load the Chrome extension and actually say that go to Chrome and open booking.com and look for hotels in Mumbai from August 10 to 12 with a budget of 10K per night, and put it in a Excel sheet. So ideally what it should do is, if it works this time, that it should open the Chrome browser, go to booking.com, click on the different filters, search tab, make 10K per night, and all should do it. But in the past, it was not able to do it. So let's just hope that it works this time, but you at least get an idea. Uh, if it does not work, you can actually use the Cloud Cowork feature. It is also exactly same. It just also adds the Chrome extension in the browser. So what it does is, if you go to the plugins and if you go to the Chrome and if you click on open setup, it actually will ask you to install the ChatGPT extension, Chrome extension, and from here you can actually see that this is the ChatGPT. But for some reason it does not work. I think so that is what the problem it is having now. It is retrying and hitting the same bridge. Perhaps this problem only exists with me, but who knows? That ChatGPT work is very new, and if you look actually at their rating, it's not kind of really good. They have 3.4 ratings, which definitely means that they have some work to do. But you get an idea of what you can do with this feature. You can actually open any website with the Chrome, ask it to may add any filters, write anything, and do more like a robotic process automation in a smaller version, if you know what it is. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, this was a very true and honest video on the ChatGPT work. If you like it, please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel, and I will see you in the next video.